What's up, guys and girls? I hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful Friday evening here in London. It is 10:23 p.m. Thought I'd do a late video today. I've been actually quite busy today. I actually recorded a video earlier, but it didn't save on my phone, and that was really annoying. So here we are doing one tonight. But I really wanted to talk about something very specific. It's actually not the topic which I wanted to share earlier, which is actually about dopamine. So I'm going to be doing that video very soon and uploading that. So definitely stay tuned for that. But today I actually wanted to talk about something which actually I was watching or I was studying a few hours ago. I was having dinner and I watched this video about ego. And it was a video on YouTube which was a review of a book called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday, I believe the name was. And the guy, I think it was a 7 to 10 minute video, and he was just essentially going through his lessons that he took from that book. Now, for me, I believe that ego is the enemy. It is the enemy in a sense. I don't know what your belief is. I don't know why you clicked on this video. But I've titled this video, Is Ego Your Enemy or Your Friend? And that is to get people curious. That's definitely number one. But number two is because that is a genuine question we should ask. Because I feel like we get told all the time, we get fed that, ego is the enemy. Ego is bad. We should suppress ego. We should dissolve ego. We should not let ego get to us. All of these different things, and it's about pushing things away. But think about it, guys. Like, when have you ever pushed something away and it's actually gone forever? Think about it. You try and push something, what happens? Just because of Newton's law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I try and push this table in front of me, it gives me an equal and opposite reaction until I give it enough force where it actually starts to move. Because I have the ability to push more, it will eventually push away. But I have to exert myself even more and put a lot more energy just so I can push it away. But what if we could just invite things in and let it go? See, that's a whole different story. We're not suppressing ego anymore. We're not pushing ego away. We're inviting it in, we're accepting it, and then letting it go if it doesn't serve us. This is how we need to change our relationship with ego. When I said ego is your friend, it does not mean we become best friends with it, right? We get BFF bracelets and, we go around to the movies together. I'm not talking about that, all right? I'm just talking about in specific situations, ego can serve you in such a great way. Ego is fear. Right? Fear is what? False evidence appearing real. We've heard that term. I do like that term. I definitely appreciate that term. When I first heard it, it definitely changed my perspective, should I say, on fear. Ego is fear. And false evidence appearing real, ego will tend to do that. Because ego wants to mask your responsibilities. Ego wants to keep you safe. Ego wants to keep you right all the time. Ego wants to feel like you're enough. Why? Because ego is fear. Why do I say ego is fear? We have two fears in life. Fear that we're not loved and fear that we're not enough. In any situation you've ever felt fear, in most situations, I would say 99%, unless it's something extreme like life or death or something like that, it's, do we feel like we're enough or do we feel like we're loved? I want you to now think of just basic things that you're fearful of every single day. They might not be life-threatening. Your mind might think it is, but it's not. For example, for you, it could be making friends. It could be approaching someone that you like. It could be starting a business. It could be certain things in your job. It could be your boss. I don't know. But whatever it is for you, it's because it's the fear of that we're not loved and the fear that we're not enough. We're scared to approach someone that we like, right? What does that mean? Fear I'm not enough. We're constantly going around thinking about what people think about us. Fear of we're not enough and that we're probably not loved. Got to take that sip of water right there. We go for a job interview and we're sitting down and the thoughts that are going through our head is that, am I enough or am I loved enough from these people? Or if we're trying to get more friendly with our friends and get them to like us more, it's again, do I feel like I'm loved enough and do I feel like, that I am enough? It's always comes down to those two things. If we already feel like we're enough, if we already feel like I'm worthy, I'm developed, I'm whatever it may be for you, I'm worthy, even if it's just that. that I'm already worthy, that I'm already deserved, then that fear goes away. And you're not trying to push that fear away. You're not trying to push the ego away. You're inviting that and saying, okay, so in this situation, I'm feeling like this. Why is that? Just have a little discussion with yourself, because what you're doing, you're not pushing it away. You're not pushing negativity away. You're inviting it in, assessing it, and then if it serves you, great. If it doesn't serve you, let it go. I'm telling you, negative thoughts, I think I've spoken about this before. Negative thoughts do serve you if you learn to ask good questions in the face of those negative thoughts, in the face of those fears. For example, today, I was at the gym. I'm usually very focused in the gym. I'm doing my workout. I've got my music or a podcast or something that's running on my headphones. I'm very focused. I'll talk to a few people here and there, but I'm not in the gym to be sociable. I'm that guy who's got his hood up. Literally, I always wear a hoodie, and I just get on with my workout. I feel like people do find me intimidating because I'm always zoned in and I've got the hoodie up and everything. But I hope I don't scare anyone. But anyways, it's digressing here. But essentially today at the gym, I was in the athletic section, like, where the battle ropes are, and there's the mat with the plates on this deck which you push. I don't know what that's called, but you're gonna have to use your imagination to guess what that is. I was doing an exercise, right? I was doing a work. I was doing an exercise on these mats, and I was moving up and down, right? Because I had to push this thing up and then pull it back, push it up and pull it back. And right next to me, there was a leg press, and there was a beautiful woman on this leg press. I mean, she was so beautiful, and I could feel her like sort of checking me out and stuff. But for some reason, I was in my mind like my ego started asking these questions like, am I enough? Like I started tensing up a little bit. Getting a little bit nervous, or I'm not enough, or yeah, I've got a hoodie on, or I'm a bit sweaty, or I'm a bit smelly, or I've got too much sweat on me. And these thoughts just started to come in, and then I was like, what the fuck? I am working out. And I just paused for a second. I literally just kind of just stared at the wall in front of me, and I just paused for a second, and I just had a conversation in my head. I was like, okay, cool. These thoughts are coming in. What thoughts are coming in right now? And it was those thoughts that I just mentioned. And then I just literally asked myself, I was like, is that really true? And I'm like, no. I was like, does that serve me in any way? No. Does it really matter what she thinks about me? Fuck no. I don't care. I'm here to work out. I'm here to bust my ass, because when I get home, I've got some shit to do. And I've got a really productive day ahead of me. So it doesn't matter. I was asking myself these questions, and I asked myself, is it worth spending my energy on these thoughts? No. Great. What's the best thing to do? Let it go. Great. I let it go, and then I focused on my workout. I felt absolutely amazing, right? That's self-awareness right there. That's you inviting ego in, inviting fear in, which I believe are the same thing in most circumstances, and you're having a discussion with it. You're having a conversation with it. And you'll realize that half the time the ego's insecure. That's all it is. The ego is insecure. It's insecurity. And once you're able to calm it down by asking some good questions, it will understand, oh, okay, fine. We don't need to think those things. Okay, great. Cool. End the story. Done. And then you just let it go. You just carry on with your day. That's where ego can be used as your friend, because in those moments, instead of pushing it away and, running away from it, if you run away from something, it's going to chase you. If you run away from something, it will chase you. You run away from a dog, it starts to chase you. You go to a dog, you come to the dog, the dog might feel you're welcome, and you might become a little bit friendly with it, whatever, and it might be friendly towards you. Amazing. Ego, if you move towards ego and be its friend for a little bit, you'll understand that ego is just insecurity, and it's that insecure part of you that stems from childhood, that stems from upbringing and previous experiences you've had in your life. Now that's a whole different topic of conversation, but just to speak about ego, that's all that is. So at least if you can just start having a conversation with ego and understand that, you know what, it's not that big a deal. You know what, let's have a conversation about this. Let me not push you away. Let me come to you and let's have a discussion and realize this is probably bullshit. And if you are telling me something which I definitely need to look at, I will take a look at it. Sometimes ego and fear can be our friend. Sometimes You know, your ego might be protecting you from the fact that, you know, you feel like you're doing enough work, but really you're not. And your ego is just trying to make you feel better so you don't have to own up to the responsibility. Remember, if we can just experience a little bit of pain short term to get long-term pleasure, we definitely want to be doing that. But what the ego does is it's trying to suppress pain entirely and give you instant pleasure. So if we can learn to experience pain, even if it is just for like 10 seconds, you know, it was a bit painful me having to think those thoughts. I'm like, dang, like, this is, you know, it's not a nice feeling. But then when you get to have that conversation with it and start asking yourself, you know what, is that true? Does it actually serve me? Do I need to spend my energy on that? And you realize, no, what starts to happen is that you start to break free of the chains of those thoughts, and the ego lets go of them as well, I guess. And then you can move forward. And there are going to be times, like I said, where ego and fear can push you to, you know, let's say your health is bad and you're fearful of that. It can push you to become healthier. If you're fearful in your business that things aren't right, fear can push you to come up with solutions so that you can progress, right? This is why I'm saying, is ego your enemy or is it your friend? At times it's going to be your enemy. A lot of the time it's going to be your enemy. It's going to tell you it's not your fault. It's going to tell you that they're in the wrong. It's going to tell you that it's their fault and you've got nothing to do with it. It's going to tell you that everything's okay. You did enough work today, when realistically you really didn't. Like today, I didn't do enough work. I got some shit done, but I didn't got enough done. I know that. And I wanted to get a bit more done where I could say, you know what, now I can truly relax, you know, because again, an hour's work a day, just an hour's intense work, and me be like, oh, you know, I can chill now. No. That's not the standard I set myself, right? So again, it comes down to the standards you set yourself as well. Another topic of conversation, but just for today, ego. It will do the things like that. But you got to understand that you might need to experience pain just for a little moment. Just for a little moment. You experience that pain, you realize, shit, you know what? The long-term pain of that is even worse. All right, fuck, I am changing that right now. All right, let's sit down. Let's question these thoughts. Are they right? Are they wrong? Again, nothing in life has any meaning except the meaning that you give it. So I'm going to take back the right and wrong, and I'm going to say, does this thought serve me? Does this thought help me in a certain way? If it doesn't, okay, cool, let it go. If it does, what is it that helps me about this thought? Great, let me go and apply that in my life, and your life will just change because of that. Okay, ask these questions to yourself. Pause the video. If you wanted to use these questions, just pause, rewind the video, slow-mo it. I know I was speaking a bit fast in some of these moments. And with that being said, guys and girls, I appreciate you all tuning in. And until the next one, much love. Peace out.